The conversation outside seemed intense. Woobin watched the two figures carefully from inside his car, a flood of questions racing through his mind. Why was Kim's stepsister meeting a man at such a late hour? Was she cheating on her husband? The situation felt suspicious. He dimmed his car lights and remained parked at a distance, quietly observing. Kim's stepsister handed the man a document envelope and murmured something to him before turning and getting into her car. Without delay, she drove off. Woobin reached for his door handle, prepared to step out and confront the man, but paused. Something about the whole interaction felt off, and confronting him at that hour didn't seem wise. He changed his mind and drove away with the girl still passed out in the car. If he wanted to meet the man, he would need to find another way, possibly by using the girl to create an opportunity. The following morning, Kim's father made his way to the dining area and found his wife already seated and waiting for him. The moment she saw him, she stood up and greeted him, claiming she had been waiting so they could have breakfast together. She pulled out a chair, and he sat down. As he looked at the neatly arranged breakfast before him, his thoughts drifted to the chilling reality that the woman beside him had once tried to poison him. The trust he once had in her was gone, replaced with suspicion and fear. Living with her now felt like being caught in a trap, where he had to tread carefully with every move he made. His wife handed him a plate of pancakes and cheerfully mentioned that she had instructed the cook to prepare them just the way he liked. She encouraged him to eat while they were still warm. He stared at the pancakes, paralyzed by doubt. What if they were poisoned? Yet, refusing to eat might also alert her that he was onto her. Clearly uncomfortable, he forced a smile and told her he didn't have an appetite and would just have some fruit instead. He stood up and said he needed to go meet with the funeral planners to organize Kim's burial. His wife rose as well and tried to persuade him to eat something, insisting that he needed to take care of his health during such a difficult time. But he was resolute. He told her he was fine and dismissed her suggestion to accompany him. With that, he walked out, leaving her standing in the dining room, visibly upset and annoyed by his cold detachment. The moment he stepped outside, he breathed a sigh of relief. Her presence had become suffocating, and the house felt more like a prison with each passing day. He knew he had to act fast before the window of opportunity closed completely. Without wasting time, he called his brother, the police commissioner, hoping to finally take action. But his brother informed him that he was out of the country on important business and would only be available to meet once he returned. After hanging up, Kim's father stood still, panic slowly tightening its grip on him. He had thought this would be easy, but everything now felt like it was spiraling out of control. His thoughts turned to Woobin, the only person who had shown consistent concern for Kim. Without hesitation, he called him and requested to meet. Woobin agreed. A small sense of relief washed over Kim's father as he hung up the call. At least he now had someone he could speak to, someone who might help him find clarity and take action. Just as he began walking towards his car, Kim's stepdaughter appeared. She ran up to him, stopping in front of him with an expression of sorrow. She claimed she was devastated by the news about Kim, appearing to sob and grieve. Kim's father stood there, watching her closely. Something in her performance felt disingenuous. He realized how blind he had been, how he had allowed them to manipulate him into believing that Kim was the villain, when in reality, he had been surrounded by monsters wearing masks. When she reached out to comfort him, he instinctively pulled away. He told her he had somewhere to be and suggested she go inside and talk to her mother. Without another word, he got into his car and drove off. Behind him, Kim's stepsister stood quietly, watching his car as it disappeared down the road. There was a shift in him, something different in his demeanor, and she could feel it. Something was definitely off.